States as a political refugee at the age of 12 from the Soviet Union. He experienced firsthand the challenge of not being understood. This challenge turned into a calling to master the art of effective communication. He has 17 years of experience in training, marketing, communication, business development. He's got a BA in English literature from the University of Chicago, MBA from the University of Dallas. He's a published author, an inventor, and the founder of several startups. And of course, he's fluent in English, Russian, and can converse in Japanese. So he's going to teach us today how to say what you do in 30 words or less. Wouldn't that make your life easier? Take out the stress and anxiety of what to say. All right, so you're on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I know you're going to hug me.
I'm a hug. I know it is a stretch, but let's just pretend. Pretend you are at a networking event. And you have your hello sticker with your name on it, and you're there for a reason. You're there to do what? What do people come to networking events for? Connect.
Build relationships.
Build relationships.
Learn information.
Learn information.
Build business.
Build business. Find opportunities. You walk around the room, you look, you scan, you think, okay, what is it that I need? Who do I want to meet? You find a prospective person to speak with, you shake their hand or you give them a hug, and then you ask them a question, which is what? What is the first question after the name? What do you do? Such an innocent question, correct? Let me tell you, that question is terrifying. It's open. In my experience, having been in this situation, I've seen it go two ways. One, there's too much to say, so I'm just going to put myself in a box. I'm an engineer. I am a multi-level marketing expert. I work for this company. I'm a representative of a particular thing, or I do this. Very easy to do and very short. And people, what do people do when, what do you do when you hear that statement? I'm an engineer. I'm a computer programmer. I am a lawyer.
You take your own thoughts of whatever that is, like an engineer. I think, okay, immediately, oh, they're going to be putting some gears together. So that's immediately what I think, even though there's zillions of different types of engineers,
Correct.
Are they from water or land or
Judgment.
truck? Yeah.
You put them in a box. Well, they've already done it themselves. Or it goes the other way. Well, I went to high school in Central Washington, and then, well, I had many careers. I went through a computer, and then, the recession hit, and I had to go into real estate really crashed. So what? 5 minutes pass. Now, what just happened? What would happen to you at that moment?
Check out.
Yeah. My eyes would have glazed over.
Right. Now, stop and think about this. How often does this happen?
All the time.
All the time. Now, I'm going to put some salt in that wound because it is not just because it's so common. It's so easy to just say that this is the price of admission, so to speak. But think about the opportunity cost. One is you lost connection with that individual because that individual might actually have value, but you've already put them in a box. And it might not even be about them, it might be who they know. But let's just say that truly the eyes glaze over or you put them in a box and they're not right. You lost an opportunity to meet someone else, that other person who might have been the perfect solution. But most importantly is that it's not what we do that matters, it's who we know. You can write that down if you want to tweet it. It's not what you do that matters. It's who you know and who you help. My name is Leonowski, and I help business professionals and entrepreneurs overcome anxiety, underconfidence, and oversharing that derails communication. And in one-on-one coaching and workshop settings, show them how to speak with more power, more confidence and poise. 30 words. So let me ask your opinion. What part of what I just said, and I'll repeat it again, connected to you personally? Open your heart, feel it. Yeah.
It's about who you help.
Yeah. All right. I help. So there was who I help. Thank you, Stacy. I help business professionals or entrepreneurs like you. Okay. What else? What struck you?
What's their,
No, go ahead. No, please.
what do they need help with?
That's right. What do they need help with? So I said anxiety, underconfidence, and oversharing. Which one got the most head nods and laughter? But notice at that point, I did not even say what I do. I help business professional entrepreneurs who struggle with anxiety, underconfidence, and oversharing by dancing a Russian dance. By hitting you over the head, by doing improvisational movement, by doing energy work, by giving you essential oils. But yet you were already engaged because why? Why were you engaged?
Because you hear me, you see my problem, you know me.
Right. What did I say? Which pronoun did I use? I help other people. Who did you see? You saw yourselves. Or you saw someone you knew. No. Raise your hand if you know someone you know who have anxiety, underconfidence, or oversharing when they present, and it's slowing them down. That first part is what is mostly missing in every interaction, networking interaction that I've been in, myself included. And I know that you know people like that, and you may even be one yourself. What I want you to start doing today, and I'm going to go relatively fast, is for you to see this first introduction, the first sentence that you hear, not as just a preliminary to get over with, but as a seed from which all of your stories, all of your business, all of your passions spreads. So whether it's 30 words or 30 minutes, it's still the same story. This year, I discovered it's not just about skills, it's really about authentic communication. It's about an authentic story. And I really believe, I truly believe, that when I speak fully plugged in, authentically, my words don't even matter as much. Have you had that experience in your life? Mm-hmm. You have a person in your life, either a favorite teacher or a parent or someone that you esteem boss. I want you to start thinking about your communication not as means of transferring knowledge, because it's not. Human beings are horrible at knowledge transfer. Computers are really good, but humans are not. We're excellent, though, at transmitting emotion. And yet we have the curse of knowledge. How many of you know your subject that you are passionate about? Good. You're all infected. The more you know, the more you want to share. The more you want to share your knowledge, the more boring you are. No one cares. One more proof of proof. Think of your favorite teacher. Anyone want to give me a name? Yes.
Well, I don't remember his name, but he did U.S. government and history, which was horribly boring to me, and I never cared about it.
Yeah.
But he was incredibly passionate and excited about it and made it relevant to us as teenagers.
Did
loved him.
it matter what he was talking about?
No. I
I've
absorbed all.
asked that question hundreds of times, and I've never gotten a different answer. So the next time you stand in front of the audience, either like I am, or shaking hands with someone, and you're thinking what they really just need to know is just a little bit more about what I do. If they just learn more information about what I do, they will be convinced. Stop. That is not how other people captured you. Do you remember stuff from your?
Oh
from the
yeah.
past?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Because he made it relevant to us, and he was personal. He seemed like he could have been someone you could hang out with. or
Good, but what
something.
did he do for you?
Well, he's excited.
Right, so he makes you excited.
Hmm.
Did you see that? Can you relate? By the way, I'm doing that exact same thing to you now. I'm like a magician that shows you all the tricks. All right, so here's the question. How are you going to do this? A big story, each of you has a big story. How do you create an authentic one and just in 30 words? All right, there's an acronym. I like acronyms, and the acronym is START. Think of any good story, and an introduction is a perfect encapsulation of it, as a roller coaster. How do you get on the roller coaster? What do? Sit down, plug it in, and it goes, and you go, woo, 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 and then where do you end up? Exactly the same place, and yet you are not the same. You're either throwing up or saying, let's do it again, right? That is exactly what happens in a human interaction. And yet most of them is like, right? Okay. I'm asking you to do the same thing. So the first part of any kind of story is setup. Setup. The second one is tension. So setup is once upon a time. Tension. And then something happened. Action. I've resolved it. Resolution. That was the result and finally taken. I've given you a handout, and on the back of it, there is actually where you can write in your thing. So I'm asking you to do a little workshop right here, right now. Okay? And that is, the setup is about who you serve. It's not what you do. This is really critical because nobody cares what you do. I really do mean it. Even you don't care. What I'm saying is, you care why you do it, but the actual thing, you don't wake up in the morning and say, oh, thank God I am identifying myself as fill in the blank. No, you usually say, I know who I am and thank God that I get to do it in this position. Right, Jessica? You are an embodiment for me of that, right? You're not saying, thank God I am a coach.
Well, because you could act out I don't know the right way to say it, you could act out your why in different ways.
That's right, you can act out your why, but I want you to have your why, and why for who? Right? Why for who? So who is it that you're trying to help? An ideal customer.
Do you have more of the
Handouts?
handout?
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to do it again.
Yeah, okay. And so the first one is who. So who do you serve? And you can change that. You can change that based on the networking place that you're working with. If I am working with consultants, I'll say one thing. If I'm working with entrepreneurs, or if I'm looking for a particular thing, I could say I'm looking for HR managers who are interested in, who are worried about miscommunication in their organization on a consistent basis that costs them millions of dollars. And I help them by creating a systematic communication strategies that help them share their message directly to their audience without any legal liabilities. Second, tension. This is the critical piece. This is the one that most people miss in introductions or in presentations. Talk about problems, not solutions. Sherry did a really good job at finding this wound. And how about that, ladies? How about that? Right? Is that good enough? It is hard. You felt it. In your introductions, I really encourage you to do the same. Everyone said oversharing. Oh, yeah. I had you at that. And so I'm encouraging you to do the same. Third, action. And this is where most people have no problems sharing what they can do on some level, although I'll have a caveat right now about that. But they often say too much about that. The biggest mistake that I find in networking is people tell you what they can do for me. I will help you build this. I can do this. I can do this. I don't know that for sure, right? I don't, or no, let me take it back. Like, I am great. Like, there are people who say I am great. What really it means is that they want me to think about them, I'm great. So they're trying to take a shortcut and say, well, let me just cut to the chase. I'm great. Now, I want to come back, though, to what Jessica was saying, because there is a huge difference, males and females, on how in our culture we are raised. Women generally are told not to use their voice. And when they talk about what they can do, they discount themselves. Oh, it's just. Oh, it's only. Oh, I don't know. That is deadly. Men, on the other hand, they bullshit. And that is not good either, because it's pompous. People lose credibility both ways. So what is the option? What are the other options? To be authentic. To know, to recognize the value in yourself, to reveal your value to others in that way. What problems do you solve, and in what is your modality? My other version of my 30-word introduction is that I help entrepreneurs and business professionals to overcome anxiety, underconfidence, and oversharing by leveraging the power of words and ideas to connect to the hearts and minds of their audience and transform the world one authentic story at a time. There's no one way to say it, but what it means is that it matters to you. That is what's critical. Because if you speak without that power, why would they care? But if you have that power, find it. And so that is really important. So the idea here is you want that people to think of you as great, but you want them to think about it, not you. There's more to that in real stories. So let's continue. So I want you to create tension. Action is specific steps that you take. I walk, if you're a real estate agent, I hold people's hands and show them houses. Or if you're in Legal Shield or some other, I show them opportunity one-on-one. I sit down and show them one-on-one. I show you one-on-one opportunities. An actual action that you do is very effective way of doing it. Or maybe like a symbolic, like leveraging the power of words and ideas. It's something that's sticky and something that you care about, okay? So we talked about setup, tension, action. Resolution is what value they get after you are done with them. So tension is what they have before you show up. Resolution is what they get. And I am encouraging you to think beyond the immediate effects. Okay? So for example, Legal Shield, I used to be a member, gives you legal protection. Now I have ARA from Microsoft, which is like Legal Shield from Microsoft. But this idea of what does Legal Shield, what is the value that it gives? Well, there are two actually. Yeah. What is it?
It gives you peace of mind. Gets you over your fear of the word attorney.
Wow. Okay. Say the last one.
Gets you over your fear of the word attorney.
Okay. Gets you over your fear, over the fear of the word attorney or lawsuit. Okay. Now, what I would suggest is that did you feel the pain in there? Did you feel like, ooh, right? That belongs in tension. The resolution is that peace of mind, or this idea of like, I don't think peace of mind is, I wouldn't say it's peace of mind. And this is where the play begins of words. Because peace of mind, okay. But I can get peace of mind in many other ways. Mostly, I can't think of that. That's what I'm going to get at. Like sitting over there on the beach, or there's not a beach, but let's pretend. And meditating might give me more peace of mind, right? But it makes me feel in control of my future, or in control of my law, or just like in health, I have someone I can rely on. This idea, and what your job is with that is what's important. So again, resolution still revolves around you. Notice, setup, tension, action, resolution. They're all about who? first person. What you're doing in a way is inviting others. What I'm doing in a way is inviting others to see through my eyes. Think of a good movie lately that you watched or a book you read. What happened? You were invited to come and see a situation through one eye, one version. What's the greatest movie ever made? Pulp Fiction. Easy.
Under the Tuscan sun.
There may be many, but one of the reasons why I absolutely love Pulp Fiction, raise your hand if you've never seen it, so I know. Okay, so one of the points I really like about it is that it gives you, now you get to see it. It's one of the four date nights. Seriously, it's totally worth it. Is that they show the same situations from viewpoints of many different characters, and that is what you're doing in life, and that perception can really transform how you look. How many times, raise your hand if you've ever been in a situation that looked dire, and then someone said one thing, or something happened, and you looked at the same thing, and it looked like a gold mine. Raise your hand if that happened. Know that so when you speak, know that this happens all the time. We are not made up. We're not, the card said, I think, therefore I am. He was wrong. It's I feel, therefore I rationalize everything else. Okay? That's what really happens. So those four things are the ones about you. Now the takeaway or transition is about the other person. And this changes depending on who you are talking to. So there are a couple of ways to do takeaway, which I really like. And that is, the top two is ask them for their story or give them a way out. So ask them for their story is the most powerful way, because I call it telling my own story is level 1 of speaking with power. And telling the other person's story back to them to the point where they feel that it's theirs, that you get them, that's the second level. If you've ever been on a date and you say, oh my God, Bela, get me. It's this idea. Don't worry, I'm married.
Can you give an example of that, though, real quickly?
Example of?
Just what you just said, where you...
Absolutely. My purpose here and I did it when I started. My purpose here today is to help you in the next few minutes, help you find a way to write your own introduction in the way that's powerful. So that's a takeaway. Another one would be, if I'm talking individually, I would say, Sherry, and my favorite question is, what is your passion?
Thank you.
What do you do? It's an amazing question. If you take one thing out of it, and you can tweet that, it's like, what is your passion? Is more powerful question. And when I just did it yesterday at a Keiretsu Forum, big angel investor. And this financial guy comes in, and we were talking, and he said, hey, yeah, you're Leo. Yeah. I'm like, so what's your passion? He's like, whoa. It's helping people. I'm like, why? So now we're talking, right? And then after 5 minutes, I said, so what is it that you do again? Like, I'm a financial planner. But he didn't, at that point, now I know who he is before I know what you do. And it's a bad habit. That's what we do. But remember that we do this for a reason. Anyone can think of why it's so common to say, hi, my name is Leo, I'm a speech coach. Hi, my name is Jessica, I'm a transformational coach. Hi, my name is Sherry, I'm a financial planner. Why? It's a shield. It's a shield. It's a natural shield to protect oneself, to be less vulnerable. It's the same reason why many times people say we or you when they really mean I. We believe. How the hell do you know what we believe? We believe, right? Or you go to the store and you find your cup of, no, I go to the store and I find a cup of milk. It's the way we protect ourselves. So I'm asking you to be more vulnerable. It will feel raw. All right, so let's work on it. I want you to focus on getting those elements in. 5 words in each one. And again, if it's more than 30 words, there is no word police. This is all about creating it tight enough that you have more time to connect with others. You can do it. So try it, and I'll be walking around. And then what I want to do is get people to start and practice. Turn to each other and give your pitches to each other. And then
Somebody you don't know.
yeah, somebody that you don't know, you can move around and do it at least twice. So I'll be walking around right now. We have just a few minutes.
Let's give them like 5 or so
5 minutes.
to work on it, and then they'll match up with the partner. How about that?
So Leo,
Yes.
tension is talk about what?
So tension is about what your ideal audience, the people that you help with, suffer from that you are ultimately helping them with. It has to be visceral, it has to be real, it has to be, and this is where the quality of the words will matter, and you will massage it. There is no right way to do it. But through this process, you will find amazing insights. I certainly have. And there are certain words that will resonate with you more than others. Mine are transforming, authentic, and story.
Transforming?
For me. But everyone is different. I want you to find your own core.
What's the third one? Transforming, authentic, and?
I'm sorry?
Transforming, authentic.
Well, for mine, transforming, authentic, and story. Those are my
Story.
my key ones. And by the way, I am actually live streaming this presentation
Oh, right now.
on Blab, and it's being recorded. Jessica Riverson has taught me about Blab, and the Blab is amazing. Blab.im. And we're doing I'm one of the 3 people who are doing a national conference next Monday on startups on Blab, which is insane. So check out Blab.im, and I will send you all the contact for it.
When we send out the email, we can send out the link to that.
So, and raise your hand if you actually have questions. And I'm going to see if other people have questions here. People are asking, how many people are in the room? There we go.
Smile.
Oh, you have Blab going on that.
Yeah,
So the camera is there.
yeah. Huh? This is Jessica. There we go.
And the lovely Sherry. We're in our way. Oh, no, you're
There
not. Okay.
Hi.
That's a great shot.
How many people do we have?
We have 12 people right now from
Awesome.
around the world.
Oh, my goodness.
And Candace says, hi,
Darby,
ladies.
Candace.
All right, there you go. Candace is totally,
Candace is
Yeah.
her first time on Blab. Awesome.
Yeah, and-
Follow me, Candace.
there you go. We'll add that. We'll add Jessica here too.
That's cool.
So T is for tension. Remember, T is that pain, the pain of the challenge, the things that you're trying to do.
Is this a good time to pass around dark chocolate?
Absolutely. Is there ever not a good time to pass around dark chocolate?
I have a question.
Yes.
So if you have a broad demographic, how would you do the setup if it's so many, like it might be a producer, it might be a photographer, it might be an everyday woman, a high school student, like it really depends on the person entirely.
So the question is very good. When you have such a broad population, such as Stacy has, she's a makeup artist, and she has all these wonderful products that she's trying to sell. I want you to focus on, I want you to go to a networking event with an intention. And an intention is not, I want to meet everyone and help all of them. What will happen for you, Stacy, if I say that I work with business executives to help them overcome anxiety under confidence and overshare? will you start thinking about any business executives that you have, that you know of? Yeah. What if I say that I help everyone overcome anxiety under confidence and oversharing? Are you going to think of anyone? No. So focus on very, very specific people you want to get. And the setup is not as important as the tension, because people might say, well, I don't know any executives, but my son is really shy and is afraid of speaking in school. Can you help him? So the most important part in this whole sentence is the tension.
Okay.
Awesome.
Leo, I love your presentation. I have another presentation.
Not a problem. See you later. Connect with me. Did you got my materials? I'm offering an event January 11th, online workshop. So check it out.
Thank you.
How to follow Jessica. So this is my first time simulcasting an event. That's right.
Wait, will we all be videotaped
No.
earlier?
No.
Just yours, okay.
Just mine. No.
Wait a minute.
Oh, well, to be honest, yours actually was, but just yours, but I didn't invite anybody and nobody saw it, but I did record it.
It's okay.
Because it was so good, and you want to get it, and because I have a permission to help her grow, just as she has permission to help me, right?
Absolutely. I love to watch myself on video.
It's not your first time.
No,
It's not your first time. I've made you do that before.
I'm getting used to it, so it's not as bad.
So that's actually a very important point. When you speak, record yourself all the time, audio or video. And if you have an excuse, I don't like to hear my voice or see myself on video, and making other people hear your voice and see you,
That was such a good.
you should at least do the least piece, and you can only get better.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, what do you think it is we don't like to hear ourselves talk?
Oh, the question is, what is it that, why is it that we do not like to hear ourselves talk? The major reason, there's actually a scientific reason. And that is that when I speak, my voice sounds stereo in my head. I have all these bones and it resonates around in the ears. And then when we hear everyone else, we hear mono. And we're used to that. But we're not, my voice is so much more resonant than what you're hearing. Let me tell you, my experience inside this head is, just whatever. I'm just kidding. But when we hear our voice back, myself included, I'm like, oh my God, it's so flat. It's so like stale. And then there could actually be real reasons for it. I had consistently like a voice like this for the longest time. And it's like, I don't know what to do about it. And then someone told me to go see a doctor. And I did. And my nasal cavities were 90% occluded. I had to get, I had a rotor. It's called rhinoplasty thing. No, septoplasty, not rhinoplasty. That's right. Otherwise, it would be much prettier. Yeah, but yeah, it was actual surgery, and it really helped. So there may be reasons. Okay. Great questions, everyone. Any questions? And it's already 12 o'clock. So what I want everyone to do in this room is to finish what they have, and then go find people for 5 or even 10 minutes. Go find 3 people and share with each other. Okay? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, go.
We've met when I did
Who do you say?
Yeah, okay.
I served the stress down.
That was before, that was actually.
Create a unique design plan that allowed them to determine their style, their sanctuary.
Fix it.
Did you just have it all?
I just went through each one.
Oh, I see, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so, I serve small to medium.
Oh, yeah. And Mitch, a woman in Portland that is offered in Thursday. And I'm like, man, you guys can be sisters.
So we operate differently.
Okay, I'll let you
Like,
finish.
honest and transparent.
And this is a new one for you too, so please.
Shows that we offer education in a very complicated and unregulated industry.
Who's gonna go first?
The resolution is that teaching builds trust, and it teaches them how to manage and how to make money.
Are you already?
I learned something.
Well, this is a fun experience. Yeah. It's very interesting. We have to go up now, don't we? Right now. It's like, some people will have to, it's hard to figure out. So take it, and then you feel better too. One of those things, and all that crap. That just that's why we can create a share with you. And then they don't go back on some of those that are doing that while you're still doing it.
I think people would agree for a new, for a journey lifestyle.
Like your presentation, it was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, really good. So I was like, for you, I thought like, oh, yeah, you're good. I was like, I didn't even think about this. So I'm like, oh,
I
should. I'm 30, that's what stood out to me. It's like, I'm 30, I need to start thinking about these things like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really helpful to get
So,
Identify the change
yeah, I was kind of listening to it.
I'm not even coaching. Yeah, I used to be that.
And maybe not, maybe, if I were in that situation, I would anyway, so I was like happy to hear my business. And I started this
Hi. Thank you. That's really fun. Thank you. You're still working on this? Yeah, sure. I just want to make sure. I was to go first or? I feel like I'm talking all day. Okay. That's why I
This little fragment. So my name is Stacy. I'm a makeup artist. I have trouble, putting out the right stuff or choosing choosing the right colors. I teach them how to apply it, use the right techniques for their skin tone and their skin type. So it's kind of taking history out of things so you can really be self-sufficient. So that's how I do Blessed Stones, my private children.
So I serve
I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. Because it's so important to test at home that you're really comfortable to do things with, especially if it's like doing business or something. It's so important. Especially if you're busy, because you're not every home, so you're busy, it's nice to have like all you need to do is show up and speak, spend all this is something where you like getting home after like a 12-hour day on set. You come home and your house is messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Thank you. You want to do this again? But you feel good.
Let me see. I didn't actually really complete it because I was distracted.
I think that you want to try to have each one of these 5 words.
5 words each.
Yeah, that's it.
Resolve their problem.
Makes it easier.
Because I have more of a description,
I don't have a single clinic in my home. But I have clinics in you see, in the case,
It's a Japanese dollar store. There's a few. There's one that's Nike style, but there's other larger ones. But I love it. So everything's $50 yard is really good. You have like everything that your doctor needs, but you go there and save a bunch of it. What is it called? Daiso, D-A-I-S-O.
I wonder if that's something told me there was some Japanese store that opened in Crossroads.
Well, that's the really good one. That one is huge. The one at Crossroads. Yes. Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen.
Okay, I'll have to
See, that's why you write it.
and then there's a little when you did that.
Good job, see?
I'm not sure.
That's when you're.
It's that in your. I know why.
Awesome. I feel like all of a sudden my life is like coming together.
Okay, so what kind of business? My thing is, that's everybody, so everybody can be in business, so what kind of, so that, like a speaker coaches, whatever, here, what is the 20 words? Because I help businesses, so well, everybody's thinking
And so I, my industry,
very
like,
So the
Oh, and I was saying, and this is. In sales or.
Okay, how are you guys doing?
Make sure.
Any of your business? because we're gonna finish up.
Okay.
Can you help us over here?
Okay, I hope this young man will struggle with teaching them customized techniques. This encourages them to put their best face forward themselves instead of having to have other people, instead of being lost. Something to that extent.
Yeah.
It's just kind of tricky because I work with so many different people.
Right.
So
Maybe just think of one person
One
when you're
person.
writing. Yeah, when you're writing.
Or this one I was thinking just anyone who's busy. Process was in this one.
Good.
Having this conversation.
I'm right across the street.
Small medical clinic.
Sweet.
That's really cool. I need to select that. But
You're not serving
no place where
customers.
Okay. So you want to tell me what is better than that? Just because it's not.
I mean, it's possible.
Your camera, very close to the sound.
I heard again.
So I said, would you like me to tell you how to tell? So you immediately. Yes, oh, it's fit. Oh. So, 2 more minutes and we'll do your time. And yes. You see how hard
Good words, but they're all not.
See, I was trying to kind of short. But I feel like yours is much more. Maybe I can't put like a script in one. It's like, it has to be People to be a little general, so why not say, family development, in our little secret behaviors, so we're trying to do it all, we have no sense of energy.
Oh, yeah. Something get left. Oh, I love doing
And allows
Okay, so I need to kind of add some more description.
Yeah, and a little,
You don't like get their kids excited? That's their frustration, is the kids don't want to eat the vegetables.
That's not a frustration.
We are friends.
I'll tell you one of those things that
But they are frustrated the kids can't.
Oh, I came home yesterday and it's really stressful. Right. And my thing was, actually, they're very
I showed them.
And my body was
But
then I was like, boom, I get one. I like me, I would say.
And
They're
then
like,
I
kids
don't
will find
have
money.
someone.
So they might have it when they don't care whether they're happy or not.
Right, what I do is
I still am like.
In my hurry.
That's what I do. I go,
If the kitchen's not clean, my
That's what I
you sound a lot calmer than I do.
The mother is happy.
I walk out and look at the couch and I actually think, I can't really put my eyes on it. I think, okay, she starts picking up and then she goes, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't let her go. I feel really bad. And I'm like, but you're eliminating it. That's like a elimination for all of us. But yeah, I think someone, because men said, like, I told you, well, do you defend? And you're like, of course I do. You know, well, anyway, it's the problem with you is when we put in rules, they exist, they go, oh, but I mean, someone's outliers, do you take those people's rules? And it's not going to happen. Yeah. But then they're also going, oh, my wife is doing it. My sister's doing it. My daughter. Right.
And so you tell you guys that and then we
Yes.
And then
How do you?
well, I said, I literally was getting my class. We had a challenge with our.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. And she did it first. She started there. So all these positions, but it's like everything should have a plate. And if it's very late, no, she actually. It was so refreshing. It was so used to everybody. But it's literally totally fun. She pulled us in and I go,
Okay, guys.
I don't have a certificate.
Let's close it
That was
up.
my thing. I'm like, I'm not certified. I'm master's in therapy. I know a lot more than most.
Okay, all right, let's settle down. Okay, and for those of you on Blab, we are back. Okay, so what we just did is an exercise in, there are two things happening here, at least two things. One is I asked you to take your old way of talking about yourself and how you see yourself almost, and start thinking about it fresh. And my experience, the first thing that happened is you retraced your old steps with minor improvements because I forced you into a certain structure. And then you started to talk to others, and others are starting to give you feedback. Just something else that has not happened before. Is usually this is the first sentence and it goes away, and no one ever says, stop, let me break it down. Well, except for me. If you talk to me, I might just actually do that. Like, okay, people are like, I need to be really careful about how I do this because there have been times where people are like, dude, I just said the first thing that came out of my mouth. So I'm guilty. That said, how did you find this experience?
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, more specifics? Disruptive. What? Is this easy?
No.
No. I want you to be really, this is much harder than the 30-minute introduction.
But 30 seconds.
Well, 30 seconds, by the way, why not 30 seconds? Why do I say 30 words? Anybody know?
You gotta put 10 seconds to get, or less to get someone to finish.
It's true. That's a good one. The
Time
other
freaks people out.
time, right, what happens? That's the problem. That's the reason why people go one way or the other. They either go, I can't tell my whole story, so I'll just say I'm an engineer. Or they go, oh my God, I only got 30 seconds and I have like a minute and a half to go. I really gotta go really fast. I really have to tell everything I have to go because there's really not enough time for me to tell everybody else. And those are the same people who are saying, I have 2 hours of material and I only have 45 minutes. Let's begin. What I'm asking you to do is shift paradigm. So good. I'm gonna do some brave volunteers to come in and get their 30-word dissected. And I wanna make sure that you understand that there is no perfect way of doing it. I change mine all the time. What really matters is the approach. And that there is a core, if it doesn't make you smile, if it doesn't make you care, or it's not right yet. If it's, I help people avoid stress. That's not tension. That's okay. That's a quote. Maureen, give her a big round of applause. Come on. We're gonna do this in 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Maureen, and tell your.
Hi, my name is Maureen. I help small business owners.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
One more. Okay, go for it.
And it's okay to read?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hi, my name's Maureen Curis, and I help small business owners with legal issues that are costly or not addressed due to the fear of the word attorney. This allows them to be in control of their legal needs and focus worry-free on their business.
What were emotions that you felt? Where?
Scared of the word attorney.
That's
That
it.
was good.
Did you see
That was
that?
like yours.
Scared of the word attorney. So that has to become, that's all you need. Scared of the word attorney. 5 words.
Okay,
That's
so-
your attention. That's it.
Perfect. So
5
I
words.
don't have to say costly, legal issues that are
No,
costly?
because it's all, that's why you're scared of them,
Okay.
right? Okay, so who particularly, who, remember, so this is the first really important, write it down. It's not what, it's who. You never help any businesses. No, you've never helped a business. Business have never helped you. They've always been a person from the business. And it was their decision to either help you or buy you from you or service from you, correct? Who are the decision makers? Who makes the decision in your case?
The small business owner.
Okay, is it a manager or the owner?
It depends on the size of the company. If it's a small,
What about the companies you serve?
it's the manager.
Good. Did you see how I had to force that? So don't say owner.
Okay. Now, so how
Do
would
you
I?
see my book? Because here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is, think about it. If I am an owner and she says manager, what will I do?
Think about your own manager, though.
That's right. And if I am a manager and she says owner, what do? It's not my problem. She's dealing with the other guy. Focus on your market. It's a counterintuitive, but it's true. What happens is, if you narrow your scope, the other people will say, but I don't fit in it, or would you still help? And you're like, well, yeah. I know it's counterintuitive. Just try it. It's not gonna hurt. Okay, so you don't help small business owners. You help managers of small businesses or businesses of 10 people or more, or how many? The small business, by definition, in US is 10 or $20 million business.
Right.
So don't use small because it doesn't.
I help businesses,
Business owners.
business
Oh,
managers.
managers of.
of businesses with 10 to 100 employees.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Good. That's. Yes.
Okay.
To do what? Who?
To address legal
Nope.
issues. Okay.
To
To,
who are
oh,
afraid
it's-
of the word.
who are afraid of the word attorney.
Okay.
Who are afraid of the word
Yeah.
attorney.
Right? By doing what? Action.
Okay. By offering them a prepaid legal service. No, I shouldn't say that.
No. What is it that you do? You sit down with them and do what?
By sitting down with them
By
and
showing them what is it that
by
you do?
showing them a legal
Legal
option
that does what for them?
that gives them unlimited access to legal consultation.
And what does that give them?
Peace of mind.
said worry-free.
And a peace of mind. And a
Worry-free.
peace of mind.
Okay, so how?
Or protect, or if it's, so that peace of mind and worry-free is more for a business owner.
Mhm.
If your real customer is a manager, notice how your message consistently goes off course.
Mhm.
So a manager doesn't care about a peace of mind, he cares about what?
Employee
His
performance.
job. His job. He cares about losing his job, covering his, okay?
So we can say,
Yeah.
so that
Cover
you
their
can cover your
assets.
ass. So I would say, I serve businesses,
Business manager,
Business-
managers of small.
managers of businesses
10
with 10 to 100 employees
Are
who
worried about,
who are
who
worried,
are afraid of the word
attorney.
attorney, or in that case, maybe because of their managers, maybe they're afraid of legal challenges or legal actions, right?
Who are afraid of legal
Because they are
challenges
not
or
afraid,
actions.
right?
Okay.
Mhm.
By sitting down one-on-one
Showing them
and showing them
a legal option.
a legal option that would give them unlimited, and
And
that will cover their ass in the that'll cover their ass.
Notice what happened.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you said that?
Oh, I
Honestly.
loved it.
No, you were tense. It's like, but they clap. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is stop with the,
Yeah.
So I can say that it'll cover their ass?
cover their ass.
Cover
Yeah.
their ass.
I want to be,
Yeah,
and there,
anything.
have you ever helped anyone, any manager cover their, the service cover their ass?
Yes.
Who? Give me the first name.
Dion.
Wow. Do you see how that automatically creates the backstory?
Yeah.
That's where the stuff is. Okay, give her a big round of applause.
Yeah.
So how do I tie it up? That's it? So
That's it.
cover
And then
your
say,
ass.
yeah, I'm like, oh my God, what legal challenges do you have in your company?
What legal, okay, perfect.
All right, one more, and we need to get out of here, so.
One more.
Well, yeah, let's go, Laura.
Okay.
I wanted to, it's very, very quick because I want you to see this really important piece. Go ahead.
Okay, the newbie gets to go here. Okay, who do I serve? Small to mid-sized business owners accepting credit cards. He added in the word owners to make it personal. What problem do we solve for those people? We operate differently than competitors by being honest, transparent, and educating, not selling, and making sure they aren't being taken advantage of. What do we do to resolve the tension? Offer education in a complicated and unregulated industry. Resolution, benefits of our actions. Teaching builds their trust and teaches them where their money is going. And then the takeaway is they learn something and will hopefully not be taken advantage of in the future and save money.
Okay, so what I don't want to dissect it the same as I did with Maureen, but I want to point two things. One, there is no we. I don't know who we is.
Mm-hmm.
There's Laura. I see Laura in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an I.
Okay.
Okay. Number two is there always a phrase as you build these. What phrase really stuck with you, if you remember from what
Not
you
being taken advantage of.
Not being taken advantage of. It's in the very end, hidden somewhere. Where should it be? Where? That's right. Do you see how that creates connection? Awesome. Give her a big round of applause. Okay, so I want to finish with this. How you speak really matters, but not because just about skill set. It's not about skill set. It's about authenticity. It's about being yourself on purpose. That is what really this is about. So I want to give you opportunity to continue this process. You can do it several ways. You can always contact me and I'll be glad to sit down with you and actually spend an hour and get this dialed in for you. But I also do other workshops, and I work on a 6-month consulting coaching where I really just work you out like a personal trainer and get you speaking up in gear. I also help companies, I help managers manage. That's right. I am as guilty. I help business owners or managers of companies or managers of specific units to shape up the communication parts in their organization so that they can really dial in what their message is and live according to their purpose. Lastly, on the second piece here, on my bio, on the back, there is a new thing that I'm starting and trying. Here you go, blabbers. I will post this online. But this is a Speak with Power Academy. I'm trying an 8-week online course. It's gonna
No,
be
you're doing it. You're not trying it.
Thank you so much, of course.
Go, Karen.
Thank you. Do you see how creating such a community helps?
Yeah.
I am holding a Speak with Power Academy online. It's an 8-week course starting on January 11th. It's going to be live and then also recorded, and it will be an amazing opportunity. I did it again. What I want to do is to give people an opportunity to find their authentic story and communicate with passion so that they can change the world. The information is on the sheet, or you can go to speakwithpower.net, click Academy. And for those of you who are listening to this or hearing anything, look, there's an early bird pricing, and if you put Speak 10 as a discount code, you get 10% off. And it's a $250 before December 31st. Thank you very much. I really appreciate being here. Absolutely.
Isn't he great?
So Carrie's got a few announcements, and then we would like to take a picture.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. The lady
And
did that.
also, I want to let